Hello again, folks, and welcome to a Let's Try. This is Knights of the Chalice 2. I'm your Dungeon Master Darius, and I have a little bit of history with Knights of the Chalice 1. It is a very cool D&D 3.5 based engine with a nice isometric view, kind of like the Ultimate games, and it was very neat looking. And unfortunately, it was also very brutal. I had gotten more or less stuck at a part of a game where I couldn't go back and rest, so I didn't have the supplies to defeat a room of 3 Vroks, which are these vulture-like demon creatures that have noxious spores that come off their body. And I streamed that a long while ago, and since then, Knights of the Chalice 2 was a thing, and originally Knights of the Chalice 2 was kind of depicted as, oh, here's a bunch of characters that have like POG-style tokens like you'd see on a tabletop simulator, and that seemed like a huge downgrade from what Knights of the Chalice 1 had, which was like, you know, character sprites based on your class and whatnot. I did poke into this a little bit to see how it played and how the character creation was, and at the least I got through a little bit of character creation. Knights of the Chalice 2. Oh boy. This is the GOG version. This was literally like just released into March. I'm a little bit flabbergasted that this exists, I won't lie. Now here's the thing though. You can select the thing. I'm going to go with the tutorial myself.
Module selected.
Yeah. Welcome to the Knights of the Chalice 2 tutorial. Before we start the tutorial module, let's have a look at the character and party creation. The box here is your character roster. It shows pre-generated characters as well as the characters that you've created. Left click on a line, select the character, double click to open the character sheet. Often you'll get more information by pressing F1. Scroll characters in the box. To scroll characters in the box, you can click and drag the scroll bar or click the up and down buttons. Also press yep. It shows the list of the characters that are going to be in your party. In the module Augury of Chaos, you'll be able to select up to 6 characters for your party. To add a character to your party, select him or her in the character roster, then click on this button. Yep. And then before you can start the adventure, you'll have to select your avatar. Your avatar is just your main character. That selection remains the same through the game. However, in the tutorial module and in Augury of Chaos, the avatar does not matter, so don't worry about it. You can select the avatar by clicking on the red cross or by selecting character in the party members box and clicking select avatar. They're essentially the party leader. Now you can also select your difficulty. You can always fine-tune it and whatnot. Difficulty setting will have a tremendous impact on the adventure. When playing the game, feel free to change any of the difficulty options regardless of your main difficulty selection. They are not fixed based on the main selection, but changing the main selection will reset all of your difficulty stuff. However, if you're trying to obtain certain Steam or GOG achievements that depend on a particular difficulty level or setting, then you should leave the difficulty settings unchanged. Once you've added a collector to the party, you can start. More often satisfying to create your own party. Oh boy. In this tutorial module, you see some huge dialogue if your character is a human or an elf. The extra dialogue will depend on the character of your gender. Play the tutorial with the cleric Juran for an easy time through this adventure. So I suppose I could add Jared, which again we can double click to look at their stats, and as you can see, it is still based off of 3.5 Dungeons and Dragons, which is fantastic. I've loved classic 3.5 D&D, and people might already tell me, hey, what about Pathfinder? I have feelings about Pathfinder that I've shared before in the past. Anyways, so I'll try to explain 3.5 as best as I can. as I try to trying this out. Now again, I've done a little bit of the character creator just to see, just to have a sample of what it is. Don't crash. There we go. Can be a daunting task. Do what you do. Race, gender, subrace. Click here if you want to assign a random name. All characters will have both a 2D token and an animated sprite. You can choose to play with the tokens or with the sprites. That I didn't know was going to be a thing. You can choose also to switch between the two display modes by clicking left, Alt, and T while playing. Okay. Default token is created dynamically according to your selected gender, body, hair. So changing these elements will change your token, which is neat. Then click on the token image. This will open the selection box, allowing you to select one of the game's tokens that were created specifically for the player characters. You can download more tokens from the internet at heroicfantasygames.com to begin with. Yep. So don't worry too much. Once you're happy with your character, click on the button Continue. Okay. So, sadly, when it comes to the various races in this game, which they have some pretty dynamic changes. Yeah, you have humans, elves, dwarves, halflings as well. But look at this list. We got freaking centaurs. We got centaurs. I mean, it doesn't reflect on the token, which is kind of silly to include centaurs and not have it reflect. Although, a second. Here, body. Yeah, you can change your body pretty dynamically here too. Nah. Thought they would have had one that was all, hey, I'm a centaur. Oh well. For this character though, I'm going to make her into a half giant. -2 ability points. Okay, so the way that they work the races in this, let's name her properly before we go on. Now, the way that they work the races in this is actually pretty interesting. I actually kind of like it. Let's see. I think that's going to be the closest. Her hair should be like super red. Now you can go up to 120% average body height or 60% body height, which does reflect on the token or the character that you see there, which is fan-freaking-tastic. Let's see. I'm gonna go with... No. Yeah, what a nice tan. Now, pretty much every single one of these options, you get help with races, which, you know, shows you some of the averages. You do have a max stat for both of the, for both genders. Yes, you can only be male or female in this game. So, for example, humans have 18 max down the board, but if you play as a male, you can have a minimum 12 strength, whereas a female has a minimum 12 dexterity, which is pretty neat. It does show a little bit more, you know, diversity amongst the races. So, for example, I'm playing as a female... a female half-giant, so she's going to have a maximum 20 strength, 12 dex, 16 con, 14, 12, 14. And every single one of these races actually start with an ability score total that you can divvy up. So, for example, half-giants, they've already got some abilities because of their size stuff. So they only get a total of 60 or 73. Whereas if I played something like a halfling who is tiny, they get 10 more ability score points. And of course my class or my race type also matters too. So if I wanted to make a swifter Cloud Top one, she would get +4 to Dexterity, but a -2 to Con. And Guardians have a +2 Wisdom, +2 Charisma, but a -2 Con. Don't ask me why they get -2 Con, I have no clue. I'm just gonna go with Stone Fist. Because Tough Bone receives 2 less ability points, but 8 more HP. That is tempting. I won't lie. Makes her hardy. We'll continue for now. I'll go over that myself. So, again, this is based off of 3.5 D&D, but they've taken quite a few liberties with some of these classes. You got sorcerers, you got barbarians, you got bishops. I don't know what's the difference between a bishop and a paladin. And again, every single one of these classes has their own abilities, their own feats, and whatnot. For example, if I were to select being the barbarian, the berserker, they get rage, uncanny dodge, all that fun stuff, but they also get their own barbarian specific feats. So for example, if you're a 6th level barbarian, you can increase your strength by 2. Or if you are 12th level, an additional 2, which is pretty powerful, of course. Fire, cold resistance, improve your damage reduction, improve your raging, strength focus, so you can just get +2 on everything that's strength based. Pretty awesome. I like how they did this. Now, for this particular character, for Eliza, I usually play her as more of a tactician-y based fighter, which unfortunately for fighters in this, they seem more like dual-wieldy individuals. But look how many feats they get! Holy shit! 2 at 1st level, 2 at 2nd, an additional at 3rd, and then 2, 1, 2, 1, 2, 1, all the way down the line. And because they're fighters, they get an abundance of fighter-based feats. Which it's gonna take me a while to get through. Anyways. Back. But I think the way that I'm going to play her for the purposes of this video is as a Mage Knight, which is sort of a half sorcerer, half fighter individual. Is it sorcerer? Uses wizards, uses intelligence, so it's more wizard than sorcerer, which is fine. And again, based on the class that you choose, changes not only your portrait, but also your sprite over here. We're gonna not want to bother with intelligence, really. Or sorry, not want to bother with charisma. We're gonna go with intelligence. Now, I don't know how much it affects it here. Also, just goddamn the additional things that you can do. So, there's certain skills that different classes and races get. In this case, because I am a half giant, I have an ability called Strength. When taking part in a strength-based contest, a character may receive an advantage of his if his base strength is 20, if they are a half giant, if their base size is large, or if you are a cleric or bishop with a strength domain. Like, that's cool added touches. And there's other things like, oh, when looking for information on legendary weapons, a character may receive an advantage if you are a bard, fighter, barbarian, warrior, gladiator, or a cleric or bishop with a metal domain. And these are just nice little additional touches. Like, centaurs get the endurance feat, which has bonuses to prolong physical shit. Light sleep if you're a mantis. Yes, that's a thing. Stealth, which includes stealthy movement through forested terrain. It kind of goes on and on. Okay. Now, you can also just completely ignore this and maximize all your stats. Which honestly, for the purposes of this tutorial, I'm going to do. Yeah. I want to try it out. Oh, right. I need to select alignment. Eliza was always neutral. Good. Character spells. Name of recommended spells will be highlighted. You'll learn more when you click over them. Ooh. Alright. Eliza. Actually, wait. Personal move action. Oh, it's a move action to use. Your next attack gains plus 20 insight. Yeah. A lot more useful than the 5th ed version, let me tell you that. So I'm right-clicking in order to look at it, and then I can left-click in order to do other shit. So, 8 spells. Taking the large. It's flaming oil. Duration. Next time you're targeted by an effect that deals fire damage, has a reflex saving throw. They automatically fail and take an additional 2d6 points of fire damage. That's pretty cool. Enlarge seems a little bit redundant, seeing as she's already a half giant. Actually, yeah. We'll take Flaming Oil and Burning Hands. Sweet. Character score. Search. Arcana. What's the Arcana skill do? Includes detect magic, spells, runes, symbols, rituals, secret codes, ancient books, ancient languages. Cool. Last step of the character creation is selection of feats and weapon skill proficiencies. Okay, so as a mage knight, I always play her with heavy proficiency in hammers, because yes, two-handed hammers at that. And the third proficiency, she likes blunt weapons in general, so aces. Recommended. Must be a mage knight. You avoid spell failure when casting spells while wearing light, medium, or heavy armor, if you have the armor proficiency. That bit's also really improvement. If you have the proficiency. So we want to take that. Medium armor proficiency. So we can wear up to medium armor without any with our spells. Yeah. And that's Eliza done. That only took 15 minutes. Now, for the sake of this video, I'm going to select some of these other characters that are more generic-y. So let's see. We'll add Eliza to the party. She is going to be the avatar. And yes, they did make a Conan character for this. Take that however you want. You know what? Let's go ahead and add him. It did add. Oh, I can only use Eliza for this module. Alright. Whatevs. Now, I've not actually tried to play any of the game at all. I've only tapped into the character creation a little bit. Oh, they used some assets from Knights of the Chalice 1. That's neat. Looking for the lost tomb of King Valdrek in the Iron Peak Mountains near the village of Molten Rock. You've been exploring the ruins of an ancient citadel.
I found something.
Did not expect the voiceover. Amidst the rubble, you discover a trapdoor with a ladder leading down into the bowels of the earth. Burning with curiosity, you climb down the ladder, revealing a massive circular room and a couple of gigantic statues. Welcome to the Knights of the Chalice 2 tutorial, Mortal. By playing through this module, you'll learn the basics of Knights Chalice, be able to tackle a real module afterwards, such as Augury of Chaos.
I've heard something.
Suddenly, you hear footsteps. They seem to be getting closer. Oh, hello there. I thought I heard someone coming. I am Timothy, a half-elf fighter and treasure hunter. Greetings to meet you, Timothy. Well met.
This place... it doesn't feel right.
That's not what I said in the dialogue box. This place seems to be quite dangerous. It seems both of us are alone. Let's join forces. Alright, but I'll lead the way.
Sounds like an adventure. How exciting.
Great, let's watch each other's back while we explore this ancient place. I already don't trust you, Timothy. I've played Elemental Evil, and I know how this tutorial goes. Sounds good to me. When you click, the game will open the formation screen because you've been added to it. You've just added a new party member. The formation screen can also be opened using left Control and F. It allows you to set a party leader and walking formation, as well as activate and deactivate party members. For now, simply click OK. Yay, it's us. Great work together, lead the way.
Okay. Sure.
Hey,
Oh.
look over here.
Hey, I just wanted to say something. You've seen these two large statues, the warrior and the sage? The warrior has a precious necklace around its neck. Let's climb the statue and take it. It's of no use down to anyone down there.
Have a look at this.
And the sage, he's holding a scroll, you know? I'll be damned if there isn't a secret cache holding some valuable scrolls inside the statue. I am half-elven. That's why these things come naturally to me. Of course, true elves are even better than me at searching for stuff. Here's a good time to talk about the tab key. Pressing the tab key will highlight all obvious interactable containers and objects near you. It won't reveal hidden secrets, but it will show you which chests, piles, and boxes your characters can open or examine. To open or examine something, simply click on the object. During combat, pressing the tab key will also highlight any monsters standing behind trees and other things that may be obstructing the view. The module editor, yes, you can make your own modules. The tab key will display the map exactly as it will appear in-game. The tab key will not reveal hidden objects. To find these, you'll have to walk near them. One of your party members may notice them. You can make sure that you'll find hidden objects by having a character with a high search score and by having characters that possess special search skills like the elf, dwarf, and all rogues. The base search score of each character is equal to their intelligence. You then get a +4 if you're a rogue, +2 if you're an elf or dwarf, a +1 if you're a half-elf, and +2 if you're a wizard with a cat or owl familiar. Sure, and as you know, sometimes you don't even need to look for secret caches for treasures. Look there, Eliza, something glittering. To pick up objects on the floor, simply click on them.
I am rich.
Well done, you pick up a precious stone. It is now in your inventory. This seems to be a good time to talk about the inventory screen. Brrr. Before we start, there's something you should know about the armor equipped by your characters at the start of the adventure. Usually does not grant any armor bonus. What? Therefore, you should seek better armor in your characters. Let us now proceed to the review of the inventory screen. Oh boy. Was going to be pressing I. Yes, I know how equipping works. This is what I get for playing the tutorial. Anyways. So we have Timothy. He is a fighter with a long bow and a broadsword. And Eliza's got a great sword, which is very appropriate because she is awesome.
I sense treasure nearby.
Something interesting here. I can feel it.
Will do.
So I can tab first, though. Okay, yeah. So here's the whole last inventory screen. Shows resistances, your backpack items. You can right-click to look at the items themselves, which is very detailed. I really like it. Shows all your stats, all your bonuses, your actual AC, because your armor probably sucks. In Eliza's case, though, she does have a bonus to dexterity from her 12. She honestly gets a -1 because she is considered a large creature, which does allow her to do shit like, oh, I don't know, wield big-ass weapons like a great sword. His ability, learn items, split items, destroy, recharge, forge weapons, enchant weapons, and share potions. Okay.
There is something hidden in this room.
Hold on, there's something hidden in this room. Good catch, Timothy. Your half-elf skill set sure is handy. Oh.
I found something.
Oh, in the alcove. Grappling hook. Scale a wall or ascend from a lower level dungeon to a higher dungeon. That's pretty neat.
Yes.
Okay, graphically speaking, this is a massive improvement.
Will
Just
do.
absolutely astounding how massive it is. Righto, here we have the statue of the sage. We'll search it thoroughly. I'm sure you're going to find something in there. Is that okay with you? Dialogue option will written in the green because you using your character skill, the warrior skill of Timothy. Covers athletics, climbing, swimming, jumping, and other things. Sure.
I need a rope.
On second thought, without a rope, I'm gonna definitely break my neck up there. You wouldn't happen to have one, would you? We got a grappling hook. That's it. 50 more experience points. Sweet. Got a scroll of cure light wounds and.
These writings make no sense.
So there were a couple of hidden items in there. One of them is clearly a magic scroll. Maybe you know how to use it. I sure don't. The other seems to be very old. I think we should examine it carefully. To examine a special item, first thing you need to do, open the screen. You can skip this step. I know how that works. So first off, cure light wounds. I think no. Level 1 cleric spell. You may either use the scroll to cast the spell once or use the scroll to add it to your spellbook. Hurts undead, removes bleeding and dying. Cures 1 die 8 hit points plus 1 per level up to 5. So is this something that I can actually use? Yes. Ancient scroll. I don't think I can because it's highlighted in red. Go for it, Timothy. Yes.
Oh, look at this.
Golden
treasure.
necklace. Ooh. That's a pretty necklace.
At once.
Wow, look at this treasure. I mean, I said that this is a significant upgrade, but that's not to say that the first game looked bad. The first game had its own style, and that looked very much like OG, like old Ultima style, which did itself very well.
Okay.
Oh, that's water.
At once.
Alright. Let's go ahead and go through this
It's
door, I
locked.
guess. Stand before a sturdy double door. It happens to be locked. Common obstacles occasionally listed at doors, as in KOTC 1. Sometimes a rogue carrying a set of thieves' tools can attempt to pick it. Or a strong character like a half-giant may attempt to break down the door. Character with a fire skill may also attempt to melt the lock. Other times, you just may have to find the right key, button, or lever. As is the case with this door, it radiates powerful waves of magical energy, leaving you with no other options but to find the key. So then, do you have the key? Sure. Okay. I'm afraid not. Let's keep looking.
Right away.
Water. Surely Timothy the half-elf. I can't say that I was expecting to find a
Will do.
dude named Timothy
do.
the half-elf. Half-elf.
Right away.
Jesus.
Yes. Leave it to me.
There's a ladder you've used to reach this place is sturdy enough. There's no reason for you to return soon.
At
Okay.
once.
So I can't even
It's
use...
locked.
Yep. So where... Oh, where would the key be? I saw that little spider. Spider.
Of course. Leave it to me.
Neither of these had a key in them.
Okay.
Wait, unless... One second, let me take a look at this ancient scroll again. You unroll the ancient scroll and instantly crumbles to dust. However, something has happened. The air suddenly becomes icy cold. What's going on? You hear the anguished voice of an elderly person. You look in the direction of the voice. All you see is a ghostly, insubstantial figure. You distinguish a mask of fear on its contorted face.
I
Your
don't
attack.
understand this.
All is lost. Are you the escort that will take us to safety? I don't know what you're talking about. What are you?
Smell of death.
What?
surrounds me.
Yep. I am Lord Master of Warfell, obviously. The Spectre then glances at the incorporeal hands, and a somber voice continues. Oh, I see. I am dead. The catastrophe has befallen us already. My apologies, dear visitors. I suppose that my spirit was summoned when you touched the statue right there. It's a statue of me. Well, you are here, and I am here somehow. You look quite inexperienced, so I will do what I've been done all my life. Teach.
Okay.
Oh boy. Let's see. Okay, we'll have some basics. You can cycle the mouse button through the pointer, sword, speech bubble by right-clicking. Pointer can be used to access the information sheets of characters, both allies and enemies. Sword can be used to attack. Speech bubble, try to talk. Try it now. After closing this dialogue, switch to the speech bubble icon, then talk to the lore master. Talk. Well done. All characters can be spoken to, but some can't. This is a good idea to get used to the speech bubble mode. Some merchants may be difficult to spot unless you mouse over them with the speech bubble
I've got
mode.
the key.
You realize that? Take the key. Pulls out a key from its translucent robes. The key solidifies in your outstretched hand. Open the door southwest when you're ready, but be wary. There are dangerous traps around this door. Follow passage until you find the treasure chest. Inside you should find my soul crystal and the soul crystal of my beloved wife, the Princess Sadina. Bring them to me, please, that my soul may finally be laid to rest. You just received your first quest. Yay! Journal screen is pretty straightforward. Each of your quests has one of the following statuses: ongoing, completed, failed, or cancelled. Quests can have a parent quest, meaning that they are part of a larger goal that you are striving towards. Clicking on the name of the thing. In theory, quests have a time limit, but that is neither the case in the tutorial. Oh, good. Time limits.
Yes.
Okay, so journal. Yeah. Kind of the warm pass. That's actually pretty detailed.
Will do.
How does one save? Yeah.
It's locked.
Same before. Continue. Yep. Item. Key.
I've unlocked it.
Yay. Keys stuff you have no longer particular need for will be removed from your stuff. Things.
Of course.
Yes.
I will take care of this.
Many dangers exist during adventures, such as treacherous traps. This particular pit trap with spikes on the bottom is in plain sight, so it's easy to avoid. However, you will still have to cross it to move forward. Under normal circumstances, this might be dangerous. Because you have Timothy in your group, it will be easy. This is because he is a fighter, which grants him the warrior's skill. Yep. Last time to jump. Shut up, phone. Skills can be an important part of adventuring, so it's good to know know that they exist. Each race has a specific skill, and each class has more than one or more. You can also use more than one skill to overcome an obstacle, and maybe use items, such as grappling hooks. Fallout spells, you'll have to deal with the trap, which will likely cause bodily harm as you blunder through. In addition to causing damage to your characters, traps can have various effects. Skill usefulness is heavily dependent on the module you're playing. In Alchemist of Chaos, a module you might decide to play next, it's recommended to have the skill's nature and a champion of good. Why? Alright. Tim, just jump over the pit. Hello.
Look at this. Treasure.
Potions. Souls. Wand of magic missile.
Of course.
Not only did we get some soul stuff, we got
Leave
crystals.
it to me.
Timothy, jump again. I wonder if there's a quick save option. I'll have to look into that later. Yeah. Nope. Overwrite. Yes. Hello, sir. Have you found the soul crystals? Only found a single one. Please have to find the other crystal too. It shouldn't be too far. For the moment, you can use the crystal that you found to move forward. There's a corridor in the southwestern wall of this room. Right now, it's closed, but you can use the power of the crystal to clear the passage. However, please bear in mind that the power of the soul crystal will only work when you're close enough to the passage. Activate things. A for activate, C for cast a spell, I for... Yep. Also examine your magic items.
Yes.
Did say
I can't go
southeastern,
there.
right? Southeast or southwest? Sorry. It gets like that when
Yes.
freaking characters just go on and on about information that either A, you already know, or B, just won't shut up about. You can also click this thing. Bring all that up. Export. Oh, quick saving, quick load is L and S.
Yes, my friend.
Not necessarily in that order. Hello.
I am rich. Right away.
Unleash.
Yes, my friend.
Yeah, what did he say again? Northwestern wall of the huge room with two large statues.
Yes.
Northwestern wall. Not clearly used, so I think I have to use the soul crystal.
It doesn't work.
Of course. I can't go there.
Sir. Only found a single crystal. Only work when it's close enough to the passage. Activates. A activates there.
At once.
So to make it faster, you can just go.
It doesn't work.
Okay.
It doesn't work.
Yes, my friend.
Okay.
Yes.
North. North is this way. We're in a whole isometric view, so I kind of assume that north is this way. Map. Never mind, that map don't work. Oh god, no. You can also just
Yes.
exit. But yeah, logically speaking. Okay. Examine.
It doesn't work.
Heck.
Right away.
It would help if they did establish, hey, this way's north. Just saying. Wait, switch display. Oh, no. God, no.
Sure.
Hey?
It doesn't work.
Sir, please, I
It
beg of
doesn't
you.
work. It doesn't work. It doesn't work.
This is a
Right
little
away.
obtuse. It says northwest, and I was assuming that northwest meant this wall over
Right
here.
away.
It doesn't work.
At once.
It doesn't work.
Sure.
It doesn't work.
I'm a little bit flabbergasted at what's going on here.
It doesn't work.
At once.
Sir? No, journal. These objects. Oh. Only found one. Close enough to the wall. Nope. Southwestern. Heck you.
Of course.
I did this one though.
It's all in a day's work.
Evidently I did not. S to quick save, L. S. Slimes! Finally combat. There's something up ahead, or rather several slimy things. Looks like they're eating. You can see the remnants of their meal. Blanched bones that could very well be human in origin. These things appear to be very short-sighted, or else very busy. Here's a chance to surprise them. Do so, open your dialogue. Once the dialogue is over, right-click until the sword icon appears, then click on one of the creatures to attack them. The party will benefit from a single surprise round. Or you could simply walk up to them. In that case, combat will start and neither side will benefit from the surprise round. Beneficiary action opportunity to accomplish a single standard action. By contrast, during normal rounds, can accomplish both a standard and a move action. Timothy can fight well with both his sword and his bow, so feel free to have him either charge into the fray or pick off each enemy with his bow. When combat has taken place, you cycle through the 3 mouse modes. Yep. Attack.
Valor awaits the true warrior.
Oh boy. No. Cancel. I would like to move this. Can't attack this target out of reach. I mean, I got spells. Enhance. In turn. Ranged attack. Oh, it shows chance to hit too. Target is flat-footed. Base 5 to 12 damage. This is gonna kill it, regardless. In turn. Oh, there we go. I can use the middle click in order to do that. Charge! Range attack. Ooh, owie. Yay! Got quartz. A gate. Arrows. Sling. No coins though. Good heavens, you gave me a fright. I've been trapped here with those creatures for who knows how long. Thank you for saving me. Hope you don't mind if I tag along. Please allow me to introduce myself. I am Philanther, a powerful wizard hailing from the eyrie of the Winged Elves on the far-flung continent of the Shattered Island. Unfortunately, I've used up my magic spells, so I'm quite worthless at the moment. Say, is that a magic wand you have there? Sure could use it. Note that Philanther is a flying creature. This means he can fly over pits and other dangerous terrains unharmed, as well as move through squares of various altitudes without difficulty. For the purposes of calculating spell squares, the altitude of flying creature is the altitude of its current square. Okay. Gotta do that whole equilateral isosceles thing. Again, itching for a fight, but please be patient for a moment longer. Please make sure that you have given the wizard magic missiles. Fine. Wands are important without expending a spell slots. Wizards recharge. Wait, wands can be recharged for a magic diamond. In general, is an expensive choice to make, but on occasion can be necessary. Yes. Okay. Cool. Give the wand to the wizard. And have him equipped it. Eliza's still gonna hold on to the potions because she's the one that matters in this case.
Have a look at this.
A particularly robust plant has managed to grow in a small crevice along the wall. No one has herbalism. Oh, hello. The party is facing 3 mean-looking constructs. As you approach, you hear their metallic, monotonous voice. Intrude alert, intrude alert. All trespassers must be destroyed. Yes, use the... I
will do as my duty.
I get it. Use the wand in combat. Oh boy. You can also use the arrow keys, which is a little bit... Wand of magic missiles. So the way that magic missile works is, well, right. Freaking third or 3.5 edition. It will always hit. That was more damage than I thought it was going to be. 1 damage. Oh, that's right, because these guys have a damage reduction because they're freaking golems. Well, character has been knocked unconscious or killed. Don't worry too much about characters going unconscious. They can be revived at the end of the combat with a single hit points, and they will still receive the normal combat experience. However long as the combat is taking place, there's a chance for unconscious characters to die. That's because they also receive the dying condition, making them lose 1 more hit point per round until they receive some kind of healing, they stabilize on their own, or they reach negative 10 hit points and die. And heal characters using Cure. Don't forget that many potions, herbs, special abilities, magic wands, magic scrolls, and other magic items can be used to restore hit points. Also remember that you can often buy healing from the friendly clerics. Buy healing. Yes, okay. Anyways. So is what I like to call bad. Alright. So we don't incur an attack of opportunity. 5-foot step this way. Magic missile. I need to touch attacks. Aha! Oh no, she's grappled. Alright, pin back. He is pinned. So we get to activate Wand of Magic Missiles. Ah! -3. He's fine. Well done, my friends. Before you proceed, save again. This is a good habit to have if you intend to tackle Augment Chaos. Save often. Got it. Next, you'll be facing more normal battle, where you're free to do whatever you want to defeat the enemies. If you manage to win, you've understood the very basics of combat. Don't forget to pick up the bag before you go.
Yes.
Is there a resting option? I know that's silly considering we have 4 potions of Cure Light Wounds. But hear me out. Those potions of Cure Light Wounds would be really nice. And the combat use. Yeah, I'll do just fine for you, I think. No, give those back to Eliza. Again, she's the one that matters here.
Yes.
Not getting any armor is a little bit bleh. You seem to be facing a dangerous skeleton armed with a magic weapon this time. Beware, it's real hard to fight skeletons with slashing weapons due to their damage reduction. However, they're vulnerable to bludgeoning like a club. If you found a club, you might want to let someone equip it. I'm gonna hate if this pile over here has a singular club. Also, if you have a cleric or bishop, you may consider using your Turn Undead ability whenever you're facing undead creatures like skeletons, zombies, mummies, and
A
vampires.
sword and a spellbook are all I need.
Indeed. Oh, there's also Monstrous Centipede. And a giant snake. Sure. I guess she can focus on the giant snake then. Wait a second. Chance to hit 70, charging, target is flat-footed, base damage 3 to 6. Oh, because I thought I was Eliza that one first. Don't ask me why. How much HP he have? That much. I think you got this, Eliza. Yup. He's got a sword. 5-foot step away. Magic missile. Hold up. So none of us have a club. I want to point that out. Damage reduction of 5. So at the least we can still injure him pretty decently. Oh, Eliza's got this.
The spirits of the dead are now avenged.
Flaming broadsword. And a light shield. Oh. Divide total by the number of survivors. More characters in your party, the more pain there is to be had. Congratulations, at least one of your characters has acquired enough experience points to advance to the next level. When this happens, you will see a shining star next to the name of the character. Click on the shining star to open the character's level up screen, allowing you to select new feats, spells, all that fun stuff, blah de blah de blah de blah. A lithe feminine figure emerges from the shadowy recesses. Gee, thanks for stealing my kills. I totally had the situation under control. I was just surveying the enemy tactically from my vantage point. It's not like I wanted your help or... Oh, God. But since you have already intruded in my business, might as well tag along. I mean, follow you. You can follow my lead, right? Valiant is the name. Don't you dare forget my name. And what? You're saying I look like a mere elf? Duh, I'm a nymph. A nymph, you clumsy... Okay. I already hate you. Anyways, aside from my obvious beauty, which I am sure you have all noticed, even the dumber ones among you, I have many scary powers at my disposal. Blind, sneak attack, a bunch of druidic abilities, but hey ho, they are all spent for the day. Get it now? I'm so cool. Can we just forget you exist? Hopefully no one in your group was killed, Timothy, with still a big-ass goddamn scar from last fight. Otherwise, you might consider dipping the lips of a dead party member into the fountain over there. Sorry, that just gives me a funny mental image. Indeed, you're quite lucky. The fountain will resurrect dead people, heal all injuries, and restore your daily spell slots and daily abilities. However, you can use it only 4 times. After that, the power is extinguished. Being dead or dying is quite troublesome. Those poor souls who go below 1 hit points are in the process of dying. Yes, you told me this. Basically, if you are at negative hit points, you are dying. If you get to negative 10 hit points, you are dead.
We will need to rest soon.
Oh, it can only be used 4 times, so once per party member. Leave it alone for now. Characters got levels ups. How does the one level up? Ah. There we go. No ability score increased this level. Which makes sense. Oh, wait. Hold up. Help. Basic combat. Not what I'm trying to get to. Special abilities. I just want to look at ability scores. Party creation. Credits. Ability scores. Sure this will work. Can we increase every level? Huh. Hit points. Select 2 new feats. Jesus. Suppose attack focus would be good with all weapons, including manufactured weapons, so better chance to attack and hit things in general. I could just take on full-on heavy armor proficiency. Excuse me? Your spells Burning Hand, Shocking Grasp, Scourge, blah blah blah. And freezing deal 2 additional points of damage, and their limit on the number of damage dice is removed. So basically, it seems like all the damaging spells that a Mage Knight does have... So, say Fireball. You do X die 6 damage, with X being your caster level. But there's a maximum. And this removes that maximum, which I believe the maximum should be 10. Oh, that's pretty good, but not something she's going to take at first level. Blind Fight's pretty good. Melee every time you miss because of concealment. You can reroll your miss chance. Invisible attacker has no advantage. You don't lose your dexterity bonus. Doesn't get the usual +2 for being invisible. Only half your usual speed, as opposed to 3/4. Or your speed is reduced to 3/4 instead of 1/2. That's pretty neat. That's one I have off of another 5th edition character. Proof Stand, Proof Son, God, there's just so many of them. And ones that are... have access natural attacks to receive this bonus on only wheel. So that grants defense bonus. Melee damage rolls increases. Gah, this is nice. Just the plethora of options. Balls. Alright. I mean, not that it matters too much. Do not trigger AoEs and need only a move action rather than a standard action. That's a nice feat. Iron of Will, Meta Magics. Superior Concentration, +4 on all concentration checks. Concentration checks are needed whenever casting defensively or casting under disturbing circumstances, like being attacked. Well, taking damage. Alright, let's take defense, just so she's not getting attacked. Oh, 2 new feats, okay. Cleave is always nice, but I don't know... like that. So, more attack focus. Oh, wait. Man, this is funky how they work this. And defense. Okay. 2 new arcane spells. Both of them at 1st level. Protection from arrows. Magic missile. Yeah. And why not? We'll do Timothy just before we call it. This increases Dex. He rolled a +9, but his Constitution's -1. Ouch. And because he's straight up a fighter, he gets 3 feats. He can take Shake It Off. Free saving throw to remove the following effects each round. That's actually really freaking nice. And because we took it, he can immediately take the next one. +2 on all grapple checks and strength checks. Okay. Armor Reflex. Reduces by 50%, rounding down the armor penalty to reflex saving throws. Something to consider. Oh, wow. Death threshold increases from -10 to -15. And a fighter's maximum hit points increase by 2. Won't lie, that's pretty nice. Let me guess. To -20. I hope the barbarian gets that. 2 weapon fighting, weapon finesse, of course. You can use light weapon, natural weapon, or rapier. You can use the dexterity mod rather than strength. You can use your wisdom modifier if it's higher. You know what? Precise shot. Because this is pretty much needed for most everything, and unfortunately is pretty much the start of having to take that kind of shit.
I will handle it.
I'm sorry, did we just pick all that shit up? Yes. Wait. Oh, because the Chalice is heavy, isn't it? Leather Brigandine? What? And Zero Light Shield. I'm not... Alright. I'm not quite sure why they're highlighted in red. Not proficient. Not proficient with a broadsword. What? Okay, yeah, the Chalice is heavy. Excuse me while I just kind of roll my eyes for a bit. How the hell are you not proficient with a broadsword? Fine, take your greatsword back. I think it might be a size thing. Maybe. Not proficient with the broadsword. Is it because it's a one-handed weapon? It might be because it's a one-handed weapon. Oh, sure, you get the freaking... Yeah. Are you proficient with this? Yes. Okay. And she can't light shield as long as she's... Yeah. Alright. This has been interesting, but I think I'm going to go ahead and call an episode... I'll call it a try here. Overall, I do see the enjoyment of this. But that's mostly because I do really like the 3.5 D&D system. Mostly nostalgia at this point, I know. I do like what they've done with the different classes as well. Making it so as, oh, here's a Mage Knight that you can play, here's Sorcerer, here's all these other classes. You know what, let's go ahead and save. And go back to the title screen. Yes. But yeah, I really do like the fact that they have so much different diversity in their different classes that you can play as, and each one of them seems viable. I can already see that 6 characters is going to be a lot to work with. Seeing as I think Knights of the Chalice only allowed for up to 4. I might be remembering wrong because it's been a long ass time since I played it. I like the graphical differences from this to how I had seen this game being, you know, released in the past, where it was just the tokens. I like the isometric character views and whatnot. It reminds me a lot of Baldur's Gate. And God, the sheer variation of the characters that you can make. Not all of them are going to be viable, I will admit that, but at the same time, it's definitely one of those things where it seems like you can play the characters how you want to make them, as opposed to how it's suggested you always play them. I can't say anything about the difficulty of this game, as I've quite literally only played through that bit of the tutorial. And honestly, if anything, I would say that the tutorial might be the worst part of it, simply because of how bogged down of explanations it is. I would suggest the devs make a version of this where the tutorial has a thing where it's like, oh, I've explained this once to you, I shouldn't need to explain it again, or over-explain and be all like, oh, this is how it works in Knights of the Chalice 1, so here's how it works in Knights of the Chalice 2. Here's the thing I always say when it comes to games like this that are based off of older systems. Usually, if a person is going to be playing these, they already kind of know the system. like, one of the appeals of Knights of the Chalice 1 and 2 to me is it being based off of 3.5. It doesn't really matter what the world it is. I can make a different variation of Darius in whatever world that there exists. Or I have another character sitting in the background, such as the case with Eliza. But usually if a character is going to be made, or if a person is coming into your game world based off of an older system, they kind of already know what they're getting into. So you don't need to over-explain, as that is. Especially when you have literally the option to click on a stat or click on a thing and be all like, oh, this is what this does. This is what that does. This is what we're proficient with. Yeah, that's pretty much it. I do see potential in this game. I'm just hoping that it's not as balls-ass hard as the first game was, because, again, I got stuck in Knights of the Chalice 1, which is a shame, because I was really having a good time trying to get through there. I just hope that that Knights of the Chalice 2 sees that, you know, that amount of difficulty, and it does say that you can change your difficulty whenever you want. I think the additional voices might be a little bit much, especially if they don't follow the dialogue. But again, that's based off of my knowledge of what's in the tutorial. And I don't know. I see potential in this game, and I might play it in the future. Might being a very, very strong word in this particular situation. But I'm gonna go ahead, call it a video here. This is an interesting game. I'll give it that. I'm looking forward to trying it out and seeing just how much of this, you know, whets that 3.5 whistle that I need every so often, because, again, as much as I love 5th edition, 3.5 has a special place in my heart as a system that I grew up playing, where all the adventures really took place in my youth. But yeah, give your opinion on Knights of the Chalice, what you've seen. It's kind of expensive, I won't lie. Like, this was a, I dropped a lot of money on 2 games this year. Elden Ring and Knights of the Chalice. So, take that for what you will. It's available on GOG. I believe you can also get it through their website. I'll have to look up all the other options, and I'll post the links down in the description below if you want a quick access to them. Thank you everyone so very much for watching. I hope you guys enjoyed this video as much as I enjoyed touching on Knights of the Chalice for a little bit. And as always, hope to see you guys in the next adventure. Take care. Cheers.